What up, players? Welcome to episode 64 of Player Life. It is Tuesday, the 16th of February, 2021, here in Tokyo. Um, yes, so who we got? Winston Wolf in house. What is up, my man? Victory time indeed. Um, how are you? So yeah, I had a good weekend. I took yesterday off. I was kind of busy yesterday, involved in some degeneracy. Um, I had an interesting Saturday night too. So I went out on Saturday night in Tokyo. You know, there's currently Tokyo is in, as I said before many times, a state of emergency, but it's not really, but a lot of bars and clubs close at 8, but some don't. So you can still go out in Tokyo and find plenty of places to hang out. Um, so I went to this club, right? A friend invited me. He's a DJ there, and I was just chilling, and some chick rolls up to my friend, and she's kind of like looking at me while talking to him, and I was like, I knew she was kind of saying something about me, and I was like, what's going on? I was like, kind of, but then she walked away, and like I was like, what was that about? What was she saying? She was like, oh, she likes you. It's just so she was saying it's just funny how chicks, like, will never ever, very rarely will have the ability to directly approach, like, make a cold approach in anywhere. um so even when they do, they're not even gonna do it directly. um but it was funny. Spark 55, what up, man? What is good? Hope you're well. Harry Zikos, what up, man? What is up? That's a good profile pic, by the way. It's a nice suit. Everyone has to have a good suit, well fitted suit. Um, but anyway, yeah. So it gets funnier, but yeah. So I continue. I continue. I know. I continue. Oh yeah, I was just chilling, talking to my friend, and then she comes over and gives us some drinks, and I didn't even want them because I'm not drinking, but gave them to my friend, and then she runs back to a guy, and she's like, you know, I was like, I looked. She gives us the drinks, and then she goes off again, and she goes back to this guy, and she's like, kind of like, his arms are around her, and she's like looking at me and smiling while she's with this guy, and it's just like she's basically cocking this guy, right in front of him. I don't know. It's just female nature is funny. It's just real funny. Uh, she was liking you in Japanese. Apparently, she was not Japanese. She was Thai, apparently. But yeah, she was. I don't know. She's such a weird girl. But before we she was pretty hot actually, to be honest. But um, yeah, the guy she was with wasn't. Let's just say he wasn't intimidating enough for me to not like mess with her, but I wasn't, in the mood to like go stealing girls, but she was like completely hitting on me. And her boyfriend went to the bathroom, and I don't know where he went, I don't even know, but he was gone for a bit. And then she came over to me and started like aggressively, yeah, making out. We started aggressively making out. And then, like, but she was really like kind of edgy, but like looking around, like, um because obviously I presumed that was her boy. And I was like, "Is that your boyfriend?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But She was just unashamedly making out with another guy when she's in a club. Like girls that go to like if you have a girlfriend, like and you're going to a club with your girlfriend, you need to recheck. Like you need to rethink what you're doing. Because even if she's a good girl, even if she's good, you're gonna get upset because there's gonna be a lot of guys hitting on her. It's gonna be just annoying. It's gonna be very annoying. I mean, it'll be like, you're gonna have to tolerate like guys hitting on your girl. I mean, and if there's no guys hitting on your girl, that's a bad sign. That means she's not hot. Like, so yeah, obviously, if you have a girlfriend, don't ever take your girl to a club. Not only yeah, I mean, if you take your girlfriend to a club and she starts like hitting on other guys, I mean, then it's like, I mean, she's cucking you, so you'd want to get rid of her fast. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just funny. Harry Zico said, custom made suit is where it's at. Um, Yeah, so eventually we left that place and we're hanging out. We're hanging out. I met these guys that were doing some well, it was kind of nighttime, so I guess, but they were doing night game on the street in Tokyo. But yeah, they were kind of interesting guys, but they were called it's called like, they were doing like spam approaches as they called it. I never really heard that term before, like spamming, like literally hitting on every girl that passes by. That's not my style at all. Like, I mean, it's important to put up the numbers if you're gonna, it's important to like make approaches, but yeah, I'm kind of over that aspect of, doing doing day game. Like I don't like spam approach. I mean, it's such a waste of time, like bouncing, like ping ponging from girl to girl. It was funny to see. But they yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, and on top of that, there's places in Tokyo that are kind of known for doing nampa, and that means game. Japan has a name for game, and it's called nampa. It's like, cold approach. Um, but yeah, like spam approaching girls. I mean, it's a numbers game. You'll eventually get lucky, but it's like, I don't know. It's like it's a lot of it's a lot of effort. Like I always say, I just incorporate game into my life. Whenever wherever I'm going. But yeah, nightlife. I don't know. It's fun, but nightlife. I wouldn't cut it out completely, but I'm kind of like, you know, meet a lot. You meet interesting people, but you meet a lot of annoying people too. Um, yeah, I mean, in Japan, it's not as bad. Like, it's not as aggressive in Japan. Um, it's like it's more, I go out in Japan and like I have my guard down, like because it's not you're not really gonna get in a fight. I mean, it's very unlikely. Republic of Awesome, what is up, man? That's good. Do. Harry says, I like to organically vibe and feel the room setting. Indeed, me too, exactly. These places in Japan tend to be very crowded, like crowded little clubs and shit. And it's not really my style. I need some space. Like I don't want to be like bunched up against people and you don't have like space to maneuver. You can't really even hear people. You want to be able to like speak and stuff. Um but yeah, it's now and again it's okay, but kind of I had a bit of a taste of like what nightlife in the West was like because just as I was leaving the club on Saturday night, I just got kind of bored of like I rinsed it. I got a bunch of numbers. I had a decent time. Nothing crazy, but I was leaving the place, and one girl kind of I was walking up this stairs out of the club, And this girl kind of gave me a like, she kind of stared at me. She kind of gave me like, I don't know what it was, but it was a look anyway. I don't know if it was good or bad look, but I just say, "Yo, what's up?" Not even stop. I was going up the stairs. I'm not even like hitting on her really. I'm just like acknowledging that she's kind of she. I guess it was kind of a dirty look she was giving me. So I just say, "Hey, what's up?" And then suddenly, some guys like all of a sudden like there's some like almost like a jab, not a jab, but like some guy's hand is right in my face, like saying "fuck you." I was like, "What?" I just looked around and I looked down. Like the guy, he was standing below her. I'm coming up the stairs, so there's a queue down the stairs, and there's people lined up, you know. And I said, going out the door, we're at the top of the stairs. I say, "Hey, what's up?" Because she's staring at me and kind of like giving me a dirty look. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, so the guy flips me off, and I said, I said to like he's a small dude. He wasn't like, it was like totally like unintimidating, the most unintimidating shit ever. Like I was like, dude, like dude, you want to go outside? And he was like, yeah, let's go out. And I said, I just like flipped his like hat off, like he's wearing a peak cap. So I just flipped it off and said, get the fuck out. And like, I'm not an aggressive person and I wasn't drinking. I don't look for fights. But I mean, like, when it's, a small dude like that, like picking a fight with me for no reason. Like, it was like, dude, like, I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid to do that. It's dangerous. You shouldn't do that. So I was like, dude, this guy's getting beaten. Like, I didn't start the fight. But he kind of like backed, but like as soon as I flipped his hat off, I start getting like hands thrown at me by the chick that gave me the dirty look. And these I don't think they were Japanese. Pretty sure they weren't Japanese. But let's just say I took care of business, but I'm not going to go into details. Like, but they're so naive. Like, how could you attack like someone like you know, I don't know. Why would someone like that pick a fight with me? Like, I don't know. It really bummed me out. Like, it's like, I could have killed the two of them. Like, I could have killed them, and it'd be bad for me and it'd be bad for them. Well, it'd be really bad for them because they'd be dead and I'd have to go to jail. But like, it's so weird. Some people like have a death wish, like, um, sometimes you have to pick your battles, but so like it really boils my piss when people that have no business picking fights with me, like, and it's really unusual for that to happen in Japan. By the way, it just kind of reminded me what nightlife is kind of like in Western countries, because that kind of annoying thing puts a sour taste in your mouth about doing nightlife. But I mean, if I go up, imagine me going up picking a fight with someone like, big 6'6", like 200-pound guy. Like, I mean, if I got killed, it'd be my own fault. Some people really need a beating, like a solid beating. It's just, Jason B says, white dude. No, not a white dude. They were Asian, but they were not, I don't think they were Japanese. Pretty sure they weren't. Because I think if it was a hazard to guess, I'd say like Filipino or something. Oh man, they were so pathetic. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm very rational. I'm very level headed. I don't pick fights, but I could have. I showed restraint. I showed a lot of restraint. I mean, I wish I was kind of thinking to go, it could have gone worse. Could have, but yeah. Harry Zico says it's foolish. The girl and her white knight must have been too drunk. Yeah, I mean, the drink is a curse. I've seen, I mean, I know people that, yeah, I mean, the drink can get people in a lot of trouble. I mean, it's the only reason it's the only explanation. They must have been too drunk. I mean, you know, I've seen friends of mine. I've had fights with like friends of mine over drinks. So, but still, I mean, yeah, it's still no excuse. But um, yeah. Republic of Awesome says only dumbass look for fights. I mean, looking for fights on a night out is not a smart idea. It's really not. Um, it's like, I mean, if you look for a fight, you'll get a fight. So and you don't know, like, you don't know what someone's really going through. Like if you pick a fight with someone, you might be picking a fight with someone that doesn't have anything to lose, like someone who just like you know just doesn't care, and they'll stab you or bottle you or MLD. What is it? I would say, what are you looking at, you ugly bitch? I know you would, bro. I know you would. I think I said something along those lines too, but yeah, I mean, some people, I don't know why people do that. I mean, they could be doing it because they're too drunk. They could be doing it because they've never gotten a beating before. Naively, just unaware of the consequences of violence. Um, yeah, I've seen people getting like, I'm aware of violence. Like I understand like how bad it can turn out. Like I've seen people like, getting like knocked unconscious, getting their teeth knocked out, like getting, in Ireland, bar brawls, people getting like concussed, like hitting their head off the concrete. You know, it's nasty. I mean, I don't want any part of it really. I mean, but Miguel, what is up, man? What is good? Um, da, da, da. Winston Wolf says you should have killed their asses. I would have still tuned into the show 20 years later at 9 p.m. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, who knows? I actually met a guy before that Hawaiian guy. Apparently he said he got into he got into a fight with other foreign guys, and he said apparently he beat them too badly. Apparently they picked a fight with him, and then he beat them unconscious or something, and then he got sent to jail. Um, that guy was an interesting character, but yeah, I mean, I'm not. I didn't back down. Let's just say that. But I didn't. I don't. Let's just leave it at that. But they. The chick won't be won't be picking fights. Hopefully, anytime soon. After that. Um. Uh. Republic of Awesome says my dad told me never start the fight, but you damn well better finish it. It's a good motto to stand by. Yeah, I mean, you've nothing to even you if you gotta stick up for yourself. You know, um, especially if someone gets physical with you. I mean, that's it's one thing if someone uses words at you, uh, you know, but if someone like gets physical with you, then you definitely you definitely gotta like dish out some lessons. Um, most guys don't know how bad things can go. Yeah, I mean, nah, you can get killed easily. Like like you hit someone on the jaw and they fall like timber, hit their head on the concrete. That's lights out. That's like it happens all. It's a common. I'd love to know. I'd be interested to know the statistics on that. But like a lot of people do die from like dumb shit on nights out. Um, you know, uh, but so yeah, that was Saturday night. It was yeah, whatever. Uh, Harry says I would defend myself to get the fuck out of the setting ASCP. Not worth it. Yep. Um, yeah, just defend yourself and bounce. I was kind of paranoid because I did defend myself, but I was kind of like, I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, but as I was going away, a cop car like kind of pulled up, so I just kind of dipped down an alleyway and and got out of the location very quickly. But um, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong. That's a fact. Even I just didn't want the hassle. I just didn't want to have to, even if if the cops did come, I just didn't want to have to spend like an hour talking about what happened, and you know, um, I don't want hassle. But yeah, that was Saturday night. And then on what was it? When was Sunday? Sunday, yeah, I went to this like fetish bar. I was just like kind of chilling at home. It's like nothing really to do on Sunday. I didn't have any plans, and I decided to go to this like fetish bar in Tokyo, and it was crazy. I mean, I was surprised I'd never been to a fetish bar in Japan because there's a lot of like in the nightlife districts in Tokyo. There's all these weird bars and like fetish bars, and I just always I wanted to go and see what it's like inside. What is a fetish bar like, and I was like pleasantly surprised. It was very it was strange but interesting. I don't know. I mean, if you ever come to Japan, you gotta go to a fetish bar in Japan because in Japan they have the culture like that kind of like the rope tying. It's called kimbaku or shibari. Shibari. It's where they like tie girls up with rope. Like that's like Japanese culture. Um, bondage, S&M. Uh, Harry's equals. What the fuck is a fetish bar? A fetish bar is like where you indulge in sadomasochism, S&M kind of shit, chains and whips and like bondage, tying girls up. I was shocked. I mean, uh, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know. I thought maybe it's just a bar that has a fetish theme or something. But I went in and I'm greeted. I'll just say this: it was better than any strip club I've ever been to. Like you go in and there's like immediately like six girls kind of greet me at the door, like oh, like that's like Japanese style, like they kind of like they greet the customer, they announce that there's a new customer, and like there's six girls, but I was like they were immediately like really scantily clad, like wearing really sexy fetish like leather fishnets, like barely like tiny little outfits and stuff, like high heels and shit, like really sexy shit. And yeah, it was MLD says you can whip chicks' asses. Indeed, you can. Indeed, you can. I indulged in it. Um, but yeah, I thought, yeah. So they took me in, they sat me down, they gave me this like menu, and they said like, oh, they were speaking Japanese. They can speak English. It's fine. I can speak Japanese, but they explain the menu, and they kind of ask what your fetish is, or like there's a menu with like all these kind of fetishes like bondage, or I didn't really even bother to look at it that much, but it was like, do you want like a girl, they asked me, was I Sado or S or M, and I said, oh, I guess I'm uh sadist is when you're dominant, and masochist is when you're like subservient, submissive. So I said I'm dominant. I said I'm sadist. I said I'm S. And we're like, okay, okay. So they kind of cater to you. Um and yeah, so I said I'm into that, and they were like, so they were like, so yeah, so they just explained that it's gonna cost whatever. It costs like 30 bucks or something, for 2 hours or whatever. Yeah, whatever, like 30 bucks. And I was like, it's a nomi hode. It's like all you can drink. I don't drink. I wasn't drinking alcohol, but if you drank, I mean, that's like, it's not that much anyway. And it's like you're in a, you know, it's like I said, it's better than any strip club I've ever been to. Like, I mean, because what kind of strip club can you go where you can like spank girls, where you can whip them, where like I don't know, you can do really freaky stuff. Um, yeah. So, as MLD says, sadist, you like to give people pain, and masochist, you like to receive pain. That's it, indeed. So, yeah, this girl anyway, like this 24-year-old, really sexy girl, like really petite, like beautiful ass, like oh my god. Um, she was like they kind of sit you with a girl. Like there was only a few guys in there, so like three or four. So there was like I actually had two girls with me, and they were just like I was a foreign guy, so it was kind of novelty for them. Like I was getting a lot of attention because like not a lot of foreigners would go there, but it was like it was a good time, and they had all these different whips and stuff, and so they asked me what my fetish was, and I said I have an ass fetish. Like it's like yeah, um, I mean, I'm an ass man for anyone who wants to know. Like I like women. I prefer a woman with a nice ass over. Like I would if a woman has like a big titties and a horribly shaped ass, that's a terrible situation for me. But if she has like a really beautiful ass and like small titties, that's like perfect for me. I don't care. Um, but yeah, so I told him I have an ass fetish, and that was amazing. Like I couldn't believe it because like I didn't realize it was going to be this like physical. And the two girls stood up in front of me and started like telling me to like feel their ass, and like it was so perverted, but it was so fun. And they were wearing fishnets, and they were telling me. One of them told me I could rip her fishnets. I was like, what the fuck? Um, so yeah, I kind of ripped her fishnets a bit. Um, then I had one of them like kind of lying across me while I like spanked her ass. And this chick's ass was fucking perfect. Like, and she's wearing a little like she's wearing fit like a tiny little ah. It's not even it wasn't even a skirt. It was like this see-through like nurse's outfit that didn't go down past her ass. It was like a latex like nurse's outfit that was like it wasn't even like didn't cover her ass, and even if it did, it was see through. And then she was wearing like a little tiny g string with fishnets and these like stripper heels, and it was like one of the sexiest things I have ever seen. But anyway, yeah, I just had a good time spanking her, and I was spanking her, and she was like moto and like moto because that means more and more like, and I couldn't believe like how like I'm in this place like, and she really like giving it to her, and yeah, it was funny, but like her perfect ass, and that was like you know um that was yeah, I was there for 2 hours, so I had all these girls, and I did that to multiple girls, and there's I gave it like one of the there was other customers there. There was other guys there, and they were like whipping the girls' ass. Like the girls were like tied up and like getting like whipped, like by the like some of them were getting whipped pretty hard, like so that like welts would come up on their ass and shit. I was like, God damn. But I tried it. It's fun. Um, I don't know. It's not really it wasn't really. I don't know if that gets me off, like, but it was kind of fun. I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I like spanking a girl, like spanking her ass, like, but with whips, it's not really my thing. But I mean, it was a novel experience. It was a novel. I'll go back probably. It was a fun time. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, da, 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 da. Yeah. Spark 55, the stuff nobody talk about on YouTube. Good stuff, Mac. Yeah, it'll probably get me banned, but hopefully not. Um, yeah, but I don't know. Japan, it's an interesting country because it's so conservative, yet it has this very liberal kind of sexual culture. It's weird, in my opinion, it's very good mix because they do things right. It's safe country. They have it. It's clean. It has its shit together, but they also indulge in sexual activities. Very extensively. Um, Japanese people do things very, they don't half-ass things, kind of, you know. So if they're into something, they're really into it. You know what I mean? Um, CJ says, "Where was this club? This club was in a place in Ikebukuro. It's kind of yeah, it's Ikebukuro. That's the name of the. It's yeah. There's a lot of apparently there's a lot of clubs like this uh, on in Tokyo. There are not apparently. I know there are. I just haven't been to one before. Um, I have been to I have been to other things though in Japan. I've been to these like basically I've been to swinger clubs in Tokyo before, and that was some degenerate girl introduced me to a swinger club, and that was an interesting experience too. But yeah, fetish bar was the first time. But yeah, so yeah, and yeah, I guess so. Today's show, I don't know. I saw this. That was a bit of a rant about my weekend, but hopefully you enjoyed that. I saw this video on the internet on Twitter, and it kind of just is a really good example of these women, let's just say modern women, are constantly saying that they don't need no man. They need a man like a fish needs a bicycle, and we all know it's absolute crap, basically. Um, you know, it would just be so funny if men just like stopped working for one day. The world would literally just like fall apart. Um, all the services, all the maintenance, everything, all the construction, everything you see around you is like built by a man. Like all the manufacturing, all the fishing, all the food, all the agriculture, all It's like I don't know. I don't know why men. I don't know how men have like been so tolerant of such. Western men are so tolerant of such abuse. Um, yeah, blue pill men just like so tolerant of it. Um, CJ says Ikebukuro sounds about right. CJ, are you in Tokyo? Have you? Yeah. Let me know if you're in Tokyo. Spark 55 said 50K Bitcoin. Let's go. Good stuff. Hopefully ETH goes up. I'm looking for ETH to go. I want ETH up. I don't have any Bitcoin. Should have, yeah, but I'm sure it'll go up. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, so I'm gonna share this video. Viewer discretion advised. I mean, it's on Twitter. It's not that bad, but no, it is bad. It is bad. You'll see it. But let me get it up. It is bad, but you'll just see. This video actually annoyed me, like really annoyed me. It was like I was just angry looking at it. Um, okay. All right. So viewer discretion advised. It's I mean, it's not that graphic, but I don't think there's any sound anyway. See, there's a dog here. And then there's two kids. I presume that's their mother. Okay, so the dog's obviously dangerous. It's about to attack. Look how pathetic, like how uncoordinated, like how would you not like do a better job of protecting your own kids? Like why would you not like kick the dog or like put the kid on the car or something? Like the kid's getting ragdolled and she's pulling the kid, you know. How would you like and then she just stops, she just runs away while the kid's being ragdolled. She just like how much of a coward do you have to be? Like imagine that like like we're constantly told that women are so like powerful and independent and they don't need no man. And who comes along? Who comes along to save the day? Obviously, a man comes along. All you have to do is like kick the dog a bit, you know? Who comes along? Like unbelievable cowardice. Like, we're constantly told like, oh, um, what's it? Women will, they'll do anything to save their they die for their kids or not no no nothing can compare to a mother's love and all this like bullshit um where when you can just see a clear video of like a woman like letting her kid get ragdolled um right in front of her, like just letting it happen, like just allowing a dog to, you know what I mean? Pure cowardice, pure like if imagine a man did that. Imagine a man did that. He would be oh my god, he would get like rightfully so, he would get like crucified in by the media like, as a coward, as a like as a um just as a worthless piece of shit. But men, what happened to I thought they wanted equality. I thought we were the same. I thought there is no, according to all the progressives, according to all the media, we're all the same. Um, there's no difference, but there's no biological difference between men and women apparently. So why are the media? You know, this was in the UK, by the way. I think it was a recent thing. There was articles about it on the internet. Um, let me see if I can pull it up. Uh, yeah, but you get my idea. You get the idea. Like you know, it's just the double standards. It's just so like stomach churning. Like I can never live with myself if I allowed that. Even if I saw a stranger, a stranger being attacked by a dog, like I have to jump in and throw a kick at the dog, like you know unless it was like an abusive owner who was like that had like bullied the dog into but if it was an innocent person and a stray dog was attacking someone, I'd run in and help. I'd run in and kick the dog. All you have to do is kick it in the side. A dog will like, if you give a dog a kick in the side, it's going to get winded and it's going to run away. Like a decent kick, it's that's all it would take. But you know, it's just I think most women would probably behave in that manner. To be honest, if I think about it, I think most women would probably be scared and run away. But the media will say that that we're led to believe that women don't need no man, they don't need any protection, they don't need. So it's one thing to say women don't need no man, like in terms of relationship, but they're actually a lot of these progressives are saying they don't need men, like in society. Of course, they're saying this type of shit. We don't need no men. We don't need men. Like the future is female. Man. Like no. Like I mean, I'm not. And I'm not saying we don't need women. We do need women. I like women. You know what I mean. I like it's like I like having it's like the world would be shit without women. It would suck. Like so it's not me saying like one's better than the other. We're both complementary to each other. We need each other. But to say you don't need men and all this, like we don't need no men, um, just these fucking idiots need to be shut the fuck up. Like, there's such, this woman, she kind of, who knows? She could have been one of these types, one of these single mothers types. One of these, I don't need no man, and a man comes and like saves her children, like such after such a she didn't like if a dog is biting on your child's leg, you don't start yanking the child's arms to pull it out of the dog's mouth. That'll just tear up the legs. That'll tear up a child's skin. You give the dog a kick in the ribs, and it'll wind it and it'll run away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just the stupidity. And then she tries to yank the child out of the dog's mouth, and then she drops the child and runs away like a coward. You know what I mean? And these are the type of these women are the type of people that will call men cowards for no reason. They'll just like they'll call this random progressive shit where they call us like right wing Nazi cowards and weird stuff like that. You get it. There's a weird trend in amongst progressives where they'll call people racists for like even when you're like you're not talking anything about race, like you're not discussing racial issues. You'll get called a Nazi when you're not even. You know what I mean? It's weird. You'll get called a racist for criticizing, feminism. Like, it's like, what? How does that make sense? Know Your Worth says she's running in circles, literally. Yeah, I mean, while her children get just ragdolled. Taj in house, very pathetic. Dog was munching on the kid's leg. She looks like she didn't want to hurt the dog. She's probably some animal rights activist. I mean, I love dogs. Like, I'm a dog person. I love dogs, but I mean, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm still gonna like if a dog is like attacking a kid, I'm gonna kick the dog in the fucking ribs, it's not gonna kill the dog, But I mean, you gotta fucking. I'm not even white knighting. I mean, if you see a kid getting fucking ragdolled by a dog, you have to hit the dog. You have to kick the dog. You can't. You know what I mean? It's just some idiot like some, She had let me see. I think she had like she looked like a bit of a waster. She had like is that like I don't know. I think she had she looks a bit ratchet. She just does. I mean, abandons one child. How could you if you had any sense, you'd just throw one kid up on the car, and the other, you kick the dog. I mean, it's like it's that simple. But Republic of Awesome. I would have put the dog into a sleeper hold, maybe for good. I mean, you gotta, when I grew up with having a dog, and I would take my dog for walks all the time. And sometimes there'd be some fucking, like some people wouldn't have there'd be some big ass dogs like on along the, because I lived out in the countryside in Ireland, and sometimes people would just let their dogs out or whatever, and they'd be as I'm walking by, they'd come running out. Like, one time I was walking my dog, and this big Doberman came running out. I had it was a mix between a Labrador and a Cocker Spaniel, so it was like a mid-size but real innocent looking dog. But this was a Doberman, and it came lunging for my dog, like gonna chew my dog to bits, and I had to just give it a kick in the ribs just so it didn't kill my dog. This was a big bad yoke. Like, it would have torn my dog up, but just as soon as it got a kick in the ribs, it just winded it and it ran back in. Like, that's all you have to do. Um, once they get a shock, once they get it like takes the air out of them, they'll run away. But yeah, that happened to me a few times. Like just because be walking around, you see a lot of you don't see kind of in Japan. You don't see a lot of the dogs in Japan are like kind of small, little, like MLD's dog. But in Ireland, you see some big ass dogs. Uh, Taj said, "Poor girls suffered because of their pathetic excuse of a mother. The 3-year-old suffered hand and leg injuries, and the 2-year-old sustained leg injuries and a number of scratches." I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, uh, I guess you looked it up. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a lot worse, but I wonder. Let me see. I bet you the article wasn't even critical of the mother, or didn't you know, it just didn't mention how like she ran away or did. Let me see. Let me check. I have a link here. I'll share it. Share. Okay. Sun. Okay, it's on the sun. Let me get it up. Okay. Okay, I found it. Let me share the screen. Okay, toddlers mauled. Girls 2 and 3 traumatized after escaped guard dog savaged them on the way back from nursery with mum. So it was her mum. Jeez. Imagine your mother like imagine growing up and knowing that your mother like let you kind of just gave this like unbelievably cowardly attempt to it was pathetic, like really bad. Even I understand women are weaker, they're you know um they're not as strong, but they're her kids. I mean, we're constantly told like, like a mother's love is like special, like it's different. They'd go to the ends of the earth for their child, and right, we've video evidence here that shows us like the complete opposite, like where she kind of just gives up, kind of just like lets it happen. You know what I mean? Like real like poor stuff. Um, the kids aged 2 and 3 were walking in Olam Rock, Birmingham, when they were attacked. Um, the dog continued to prowl the street after the attack. After the girls had been bundled into a car for their safety. By who? By women? No, by men. By patriarchal men. Misogynistic men or whatever. Um, ban the patriarchy, down with the patriarchy, toxic masculinity. Like, who knows? This woman might be like that. I don't know if she is, but brave passersby stepped in to defend the children. Notice they don't, the passersby, they don't mention that it was men. They don't mention that the mother just ignored like and ran away. Not so far anyway. Shocking footage, which the Sun has chosen not to share. Well, you guys saw it. I showed it to you. Shows the girls being pinned to the ground and up against the wall while being mauled. The girls' aunt, Raela, said they have been left traumatized but will hopefully make a full recovery. I mean, she said, "We had a very, very long day at the hospital and only got back late last night. We've got to absorb what has happened and recover from it." Raela said the family was grateful to the brave members of public who helped save the girls. They still don't mention that it was men. I don't know, maybe they will, but she said the community has been absolutely wonderful. So many people helped. The female who helped is almost the female. The female who helped is the most courageous person I have seen. I take my hat off to her. Not many would have done that. Oh man, are you serious? Let's just watch that again. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We have to. Let's. I just have to share, like the female who helped. Let me just check it out. All right, let's watch this again. Coming along. Dog is starting to attack. Kid falls over, being attacked. Still being attacked. Mother kind of tries to pull the child from the run, kind of runs away. Does ignores one of the other child. Lets her dog be ragged. Lets her child be ragged. Okay, so that there's that is a female at least. Okay, but there's the man is actually the one who saved the day. So one female did, she ran over, but the man was the guy that saved the day. So the man is the guy that really saved the child, um, because the other female did the same thing, tried to like pull the child from the dog's mouth. Um, so let me continue with the article. Okay, so yeah, they already compliment said that the some female is a hero. Hero thanked Rael, said she had tracked down one of the heroic rescuers, mom of two, Nagat Khatun. Rael said, "We didn't know her, but we found her and we thanked her very, very much." She declined to say if the family had been in any contact with the owner of the dog or would be witnesses in any possible prosecution. Um, the girls had been walking home with their mom from the nursery on a Monday when the dog attacked. Okay, we got all that, but I don't know why they're. This is crazy. Like they just have said that a female helped when we clearly saw that it was ultimately men who helped. It was the men who who picked up the child and took them out of harm's way. Um, that's unbelievable. That is crazy. That is just like shocking. Like they just said a woman. That is just I'm like, what the hell? Like that is like I just can't believe they did that. Like they give a woman a credit. The credit, fair enough. A woman like ran over, but she didn't do anything. She didn't pick up the child. She didn't actually save the child. It was a man who did it. It was like two men who came over and like broke it up, and the guy picked up the girl. It's pathetic. Like this is the society we live in. Like it's full of lies and full of shit. Unbelievable. Not surprising. Fuck, it's hilarious. Like I actually one last time, I'm just gonna just rewatch it like one last time just to like confirm like exactly what happened. Um okay. Okay, so there's the mom kind of being an idiot, being a coward, kind of just letting one child. Why would she not put that child up and then like, kind of dragging the child while it's in, then she just becomes a complete coward and just lets her die. Look at her just letting her child be ragdolled. Then a woman does come over. She kind of shouts, she picks her up a little bit. Then the guy comes in and takes the dog out of harm's way. So the woman, I guess she deserves a little bit of credit, a little bit. Like she did pick up the dog a little bit, but it was ultimately the guy who saved the day. If those men weren't there, do you think that they would have been successful in saving those children? No, they wouldn't have. Those women would have not. But credit where credit is due. I'm not. I believe I'm here to deliver the facts. Like but you can see from the article they didn't give any credit to the men, who actually were the ones who saved the children, like picked them up, put them in the car. If those men weren't there, that woman wouldn't, she would probably done the same as what the mother had done. Like, the dog would have grabbed them again. They wouldn't have picked them up properly. It's just like, the dog would, they would have been no match for the, but Winston says wiping men out of history. They really are trying to do that. Yeah. So no, your word says my friend studied. What is it? Yeah. So Winston says, had Mans not been there, the video would have been longer and more severe. It would have been. Yeah, those kids probably would have died if there wasn't a man there to, like, do the right thing. Because look at what the women are kind of just dragging the kids. Like, they're not picking them up. They're not, like, honestly, if I was there, like, I would have done a way better job than anyone in that scene. I would have just given a soccer kick, to the dog's, like ribs, and that, like I said, I've had to do that before. I love dogs, but I'm also not an idiot. I know dogs very well. I grew up with dogs. I've had to defend my dog from being attacked by a large ass Doberman, and I know how to deal with dogs. But I would have just totally, like, ended that, real quick. Um, but these people are idiots. These people are real dumb. Um, Taj said the Sun is always blamed for being right wing, but they're very pro feminist. Yeah, it seems. Yeah, it seems they are. Um, they're doing anything they can to, like, make women seem like more badass than they actually are. It's funny. Um, I saw another clip, where this woman talks about how she saw her boyfriend lose a fight, and how unattracted she became, of him. She ultimately broke up with him because she became so unattracted by him. She was so repulsed by his weakness that it was just, she couldn't date him any longer. And but I want you guys to imagine like it was a man that was did imagine a man did exactly what that mother did. That's the point. It's not exactly the point of who rescued, well, it is a little bit, but more importantly, it's that the woman, like, completely was it out and out coward. There's no excuse for what she did, really. You know, um, like, if you're not willing to die to protect your kids, you're pretty worthless. You're a worthless human, really. Like, if you're gonna go and have kids, if you're gonna go and bring humans into the world, then you have to have the responsibility to take care of them. You know, um, so there's no real excuse. Like, um, imagine having to live with yourself for she probably, I don't know. Women are solipsistic, so she probably just feels like, obviously she didn't deserve, it's not like she deserved, like, to be attacked by a stray dog. Obviously the owner's at fault, but it's still like, life is unpredictable. Life is very unpredictable at times. You have to be prepared to, like, take action, you know especially, I don't even have kids, and I can't even imagine, like, and it's not like the thing about, I don't know, it's just like, I think the Western society is, it's just suffering from, like, an intense, like it's not it's just a pandemic of cowardice. you know there's so many cowards in society, and it's like, when you act in a brave manner, it doesn't mean that you're not scared. You can be scared, and then, you take action anyway to do, face your fear. That's what bravery is. People that are brave, it doesn't mean they're not scared. It means that they fight, they face their fears anyway. And that woman just did not answer the call. Um, uh, Gabriel says the dog's lucky he wasn't in China. Chinese don't mess around. They just don't mess around. I mean, China is like, yeah, I don't know. China's a mad place. I don't know. It's they don't they're like, I don't agree with a lot of things going on in China, but you know they the West is no match, going to be no match for China very soon, because they're a dangerous country. Um, they do not mess around. They're taking over. Um, for real. Um, let's see. Winston Wolf says it's like the halftime the dog was messing the ladies up, and half the time they were getting messed up by the dog. Yeah, it's just a clown world. If the dog was really attacking, it would have been going for the neck, but the mom made the dog think it was a game. Yeah, exactly. Like when she was pulling the dog like a rag doll, causing way more damage. Like, because if you pull, like, imagine like the dog has like a child's leg in its mouth, and the mom is like pulling, and the teeth are like cutting the legs. That's what would happen. It's the most retarded thing you can do. Um, uh, da, 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 da. Republic of Awesome says victim body language will always trigger a dog's prey instinct. My dad trained attack dogs. The dog could have easily done a lot more damage. Yeah, I mean dogs, they have depends on the dog, but especially I think that was like, it looked like a Doberman mix. Their jaws are pretty. They have like lock jaw, where jaws can just lock, but you know, um, yeah, like I said, even like vicious like big dogs, like it's still like, if you can really you can fend them off. If they get a good kick, it'll win them in the ribs, like, and they'll like, once they get winded, they'll like run away. Um, I've seen it happen. Uh, Taj said 100%. This was a guard dog that escaped and thought its territory was being attacked. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Um, that's just, I don't know. I just thought I'd talk about that today because it was like crazy. I didn't even know the article didn't mention. I can't believe it didn't mention the. Well, I can actually, because it's anything coming out of the West is trying to promote, uh, the female power and all that. And it's just so forced. But what would happen if men just decided, like, okay, we're not getting credit anywhere, so what's the point? You know, um, it's like, what is the point? It might as well not. Like, I'm not going to get any credit. I might even get in trouble for, like, interfering with, like, I might even, if anything, I might, you're not even going to get credit. But who knows? Like, who knows what will be said? Yeah, who knows? Uh, Spark says, in general, be more offensive when a dog attacks. It's more likely they will run off before shit goes down. Yeah, I mean, I've actually a lot of experience with dogs, and you definitely, if you run or if you show fear, they will, animal instinct. They'll come after you, and like, anytime I had to deal with a dog that was like coming after my dog, they would come running out, like going crazy at my dog. I'd like shout it. I'd run towards it, even if it was a big dog, um, or a badass looking dog. I'd run at it, shout it, like and scream at it. And usually it would run away. Um, especially when it's been, when it's faced with that kind of real direct aggression, because it's expecting to, like, it's expecting you to run away, or but when you like face it, it'll generally, you know uh retreat. um uh Yeah. Yeah, so that's just today's show. Probably gonna leave it there. Yeah. Today's Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow night with another episode of Player Life. Yeah, so as usual, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining tonight's show. Yeah, check out the links in the description. So yeah, peace out. Have a good day wherever you're at. I will catch you guys tomorrow night. Bye bye.